Let's see if this works.
Have we gone live?
Just checking on Instagram because normally it comes up to say we're live. Oh, we are live. Hello, everybody. Can everybody see us okay? Looks like we are live. Yes, we are. Hello, good
Oh,
morning.
they are.
Got there in the end. Good morning, everybody. As normal, we have had the lovely technical difficulties getting online line this morning, so huge apologies. Lisa's not with us this morning, so it's just me, hence why it took so long to fix the technical difficulties. So, welcome to the VA Live Lounge. We're joined today by the lovely Vicki. Hi, Vicki. Welcome.
Hi. Good morning. How are you?
I'm all right. A bit stressed after all of
Yeah.
that. Poor Vicky, she's just sitting there watching me panic. So thank you for your patience.
It's fine. It happens. It
So
just shows. It, it just shows you normal.
so as I say, welcome Vicky to the VA Live Lounge. Vicky isn't just a brilliant virtual assistant; she's an award-winning businesswoman who's built her company entirely on her own terms. Living with cerebral palsy and using a wheelchair, Vicky hasn't let anything hold her back. In fact, she's made it her mission to show what disability is not a limitation; it's just one part of a bigger story. In this episode, we talk about building a business that fits you, challenging assumptions, and why Vicky believes that there's not one size fits all when it comes to success. So let's dive into this honest, empowering, and uplifting conversation with the wonderful Vicky. Vicky, welcome once again. So, Vicky, could you share a bit about your background and what inspired you to start the Admin Fairy?
Okay. I'm Vicky the Admin Fairy. Um, I started my admin career in the HMRC.
Oh,
I've been there for 20 years, and it's been on the cards for the last 8 years. They were
mm.
going to close my office,
Oh,
and they wanted us all to move from Wrexham to Liverpool.
wow.
Yeah, no, not a far journey, only about 2 hours each way.
And you decided not to do that, shockingly.
Yeah, and the majority of the people in my office said no, we're taking redundancy.
Mm,
I thought I don't really want to go through the rigmarole of getting a new job, explaining my condition, getting the alterations done. I thought,
mm.
no, I'm going on my own.
Yeah.
My husband was running a bookkeeping business at the time,
Mm.
so I went in with him.
Yeah.
I did the admin for him. Um, some of his clients who knew me anyway said, "Oh, Vic, can you do me a favour? Can you do my admin? I hate doing my emails. They're just piling up. Can you respond to them? Can you do my diary? Can you do my emails?
Mm.
Invoicing?" And it was slowly growing.
Yeah.
Then COVID struck,
Mm.
and my husband took a break from bookkeeping because it got really stressful. So I thought, now's my chance.
Mm.
I can do it on my own.
Yeah.
So February 21, I took the jump and launched Vicky the Admin Fairy. Completely didn't even know what virtual assistants were really,
Yeah.
because then they weren't really a thing, were they?
No.
It's only in the last couple of years it's gone big.
Mm.
So I basically grew it from fresh word of mouth, referrals on Facebook, testimonials, and it's just grown and grown to what it is today.
Yeah.
Being touchwood, a thriving business.
It's just so inspiring because I was in a very similar situation to you. I was made redundant, and you know when you I wasn't with them for quite as long as you were, but you kind of go, I worked that hard for that person, and you feel like they've crapped all over me. I'm
Yeah.
just going to go out all on my own and just
Yeah.
work that hard, but for myself.
Yeah.
So I am exactly the same. I was exactly the same as you are, and you kind of just think, like looking back now, we had this conversation before with Lisa, and what we kind of said, could you ever see yourself going back to working in an office? Could you
God
ever
no.
see, like,
God.
like even kind of like, interaction with people on a day-to-day basis? We all talk to our clients over WhatsApp and
Yeah.
email, but actually being in an office environment,
No.
no.
I can't. To be honest, I think it was the right time for
Yeah.
me to go because it
Mm,
was starting to drive me mad. The office
mm,
politics,
mm,
the senior management,
mm,
not in the office, but in the hierarchy of the HMRC,
mm,
and then target driven.
mm,
Everything of being an employer and employee, it's just a no no.
mm,
It gives you so many red flags now, looking
mm.
back, and
Yeah.
now that you can see what being your own boss can
Mm,
do, I've got time to do more physio, more walking
mm,
practice, more exercises to keep me mobile.
yeah.
Because when we having CP, it won't get worse, but it will only
Mm,
get worse if I let it.
mm,
If I don't do my exercises, my walking practice, I'll get stiffer.
yeah.
So working for myself, it's giving me that balance
Mm,
rather than working 7, 8 hours a day in the office, then traveling home,
yeah.
getting home at 5 after getting in the office for 7, 8 o'clock. The last thing I wanted to do was walk in practice or,
Yeah.
or go in the gym. I just
Mm,
wanted to lie on the sofa and veg
yeah.
and do nothing. But now
Mm,
I can work my day around it.
mm,
I can work my week around it.
yeah.
If I have to go somewhere middle of the week, I haven't got
Mm,
to ask me boss and
yeah.
and grovel for leave. If I'm not feeling too good one day, I can work at the weekend.
Yeah. It's
It's
having that flexibility, isn't it? It's that life work balance. And I kind of, my a family member of mine has progressive multiple sclerosis,
hmm,
and she's actually in full-time employment, and she has a treatment once a month, so
yeah,
she has to take time off from that. And she certainly, I have conversations, and she says exactly the same as you. By the time she's got home, she's got a little girl as well. By the time she's got home and kind of, you know debrief from the day, you're fit for nothing, are you? You just, and it's that, not just the physical, it's the mental side of it. So
yeah,
working for yourself is just so, it was just like the life changing for you, really,
yeah.
wasn't it?
Because even though I have my own targets with the
Mm,
clients, as long as you get the job done when you say you've done it, you're going to do it. They're
mm,
happy. They don't care
yeah,
if you're working 8:30 at night.
that's right.
As long as you do it, they're happy.
And what do you think, was there anything, initial challenges that you faced and overcame when you first started your business?
Not really,
No.
because I'll be honest with you, and people are gonna laugh at this. People that know me will say, "Yes, that's Vicky." I'm not. I don't view myself as a typical disabled person. I look on myself as the same way as an able-bodied person would running their own business.
Mm,
The fact that I'm disabled, it's an add-on.
yeah.
It's not an issue. So the
Mm,
problem that I may have encountered, I look on them as what any other person running business would have. I
yeah.
don't consider any problems that I have running my business
Mm.
to be down to my disability.
Mm. And that is so lovely to hear, because a lot of people would use that as a, well, I can't do it, I won't do it. But you've just gone, I will do it, I can
Yeah,
do it, and I am doing it.
yeah, that's always been my ethos. Even when I was
Yeah.
tiny, if I couldn't
Yeah.
do anything, I'd persevere. And
Mm.
if people said to me, "Oh, you can't do that," like I'd say, "You're telling me I can't do it? You watch me. I'm gonna do it." And it's just that determination in me
Mm.
that's giving me the drive.
Mm.
Some might say stubbornness, but it works.
Yeah.
You get there
Yeah.
because even the hospital, when I see them now, occasionally, they can't understand how I can do the walking practice and
Yeah.
the exercise that I can do when theoretically what I can do, I shouldn't be able to do,
Mm.
and what I can't do, theoretically, I should be able to do.
Yeah.
And they say to me, "You're wired the wrong way around." I went, "That's normal." And they
Oh,
said,
actually, isn't it them that's wired the wrong way around to think that
"Exactly.
because you have a disability, you can't do
Yeah,
it?
yeah." Because when logically I've got no balance
Mm.
when I stand up or uh, so, but then when I've got my walking frame, I can take a few steps. But then if I lie on the bed, I can't move my legs. And they're saying, but if you're lying on the bed, you should have more balance. And it's little things like that, the stuff that they say I can't do, I'll do it.
Mm.
And that's the way that I run my life.
Mm.
I just do stuff.
Yeah. It's a great ethos to have, isn't it? Because a lot of people would just go, well, just give up, or like, just do an easier job or whatever. But because, as we say, the life work balance for you is so important because it gives you that flexibility to be able to do the things that you need to do for your health, not
Yeah.
just physically, but mentally as well.
Mm.
And I certainly know from my sister, it is a mental thing as well. The frustration and that kind of thing almost gives you the stubbornness, the determination to kind of go, well, actually, I can do it,
Yeah.
and look at how far you've come. You've done
Yeah.
amazingly.
Because really, if I hadn't got my business, I'd be climbing the walls.
Yeah.
I've got to do something.
Mm.
I'm not a person that can say, "Oh, okay, I'm disabled. Hey ho, I'll just sit
Mm.
on my bum and do nothing."
Mm.
I've got to be doing something. And
Yeah.
I think with me having that ethos in me, my clients respect that with me, and they know if I can't do something first time, I will stick at it until I get it right.
And do you think, when you're speaking to a new client, do they ever kind of challenge you, or have you ever had any experience with a potential client or a client where they've, I don't know, had like a misconception of what you're
I'll
able
be
to achieve for them?
I'll
Have
be hon-
you?
I'll be honest with you. I would say 99% of my clients didn't realize until they either meet me in person or they get to know me a little bit better over the months that I
Mm.
was disabled,
Wow.
because I don't push it.
Mm.
It's on my website if you look deep enough.
Mm.
But I don't say I'm Vicky the admin fairy, or I I'm I'm disabled. I'm a virtual assistant. I don't mention disability.
Yeah.
I, if it comes up in the conversation, yeah, but it's never reflected in my work.
Mm.
I never say, "Oh, I can't work today because of my disability." I never use that as an excuse. So because I've never used it as an excuse in my whole life, really,
Mm.
my clients don't think, "Oh, she's not going to be doing that because of a disability.
Mm,
They don't look on me as disabled. They treat me as any other VA,
yeah.
and it's never been an issue with me.
And as a client ever refused to work with you because of your disability? No.
No, no.
That's really lovely to hear, isn't it?
Yeah, I think again it's because of the way I view my life.
Mm,
I'm married. I do the normal things that a normal able-bodied person would do.
mm,
The fact that I'm in a wheelchair, so what?
yeah. Because
I,
you've already done work for them, and
yeah,
it's not.
yeah.
Mm,
And like throughout my life, I've been to mainstream schooling, mainstream
mm,
college, mainstream uni, and then work. So I've never been in contact uh, greatly with other disabled people.
mm,
I've always been treated like an able-bodied person to my friends.
mm,
Even my friends have never looked on me as disabled.
mm,
I remember years ago now, a friend of mine, she had daughters, and they were starting to be aware of what's going on.
mm,
I think about six-ish. One of them said to her, "Mom, something's bugging me about Vicky." Yeah. Why can't she walk?
mm.
And my mate said to me, "Oh my God, what do I say? I never thought."
Yeah. Well, because they never look at you with having a disability. They,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah. And this is how I treat life, treat my
Mm,
business, treat my clients. I
mm,
don't come across, oh, by the way, I'm disabled.
mm,
I can't do this, I can't do that. It's
mm.
not an issue.
Yeah.
Don't label yourself.
Yeah. That is that. I think it's very easy, isn't it, these days to have a label stuck on anything and everything, isn't it? And it's sad, really, when you think of it.
Yeah,
We're in that kind of the way we are, you
yeah.
know.
Because really, if you label yourself, you are going to be that.
Mm,
You will be that way. It's
yeah.
kind of a self fulfilling prophecy, isn't it?
Mm,
If you think you're going to be unable to do that,
mm,
yeah, you won't do it.
mm. Is there any tools or strategies that have been instrumental in managing your workload efficiently?
Um, I used to use the normal admin tools that anybody else would do, like
Mm,
Asana, Toggle,
mm,
timing apps are very good.
yeah.
Calendars.
Mm,
I'd be lost without Asana
yeah.
telling me you have do this today, do this today,
Yeah.
and that way I can plan my day, my week. It's just
Yeah.
about planning, getting everything planned down to uh, the the minute detail. And I even, because people say to me, "How do you manage your job as well and your business as well?" Because in a way, as a VA, you're managing so many businesses.
Yeah, you are. So many different hats, we call
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I said, well, the way I have to do it is view Vicky the admin fairy
Mm.
as a client of me.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, actually.
And then that way, at the end of the day on a Friday, 2 till 4, that's my time to work on my business.
Do you know, I am the world's worst for doing, right, so I don't do anything technical. I'm a little bit social media if I really push myself, but I'm more admin. And the one thing I am crap at is my own admin.
Exactly. I was for the first 2 years, and it was always left till the last minute.
Yeah.
I would say I don't do it religiously every week,
Mm.
Some weeks I haven't got any admin to do on
Yeah.
on my business. But it's just knowing that time is available there
Mm.
to work on your business.
So how do you? Because we spoke last week about managing your capacity as a VA, and Lisa explained it to me in a different way that I wouldn't have ever thought about. So I'm just like, I never really know my capacity. I know when I'm really busy, and I know when I can't take any more on.
Yeah.
How do you manage your capacity? Like, when do you know enough is like I'm full now?
I just look at what I'm doing day by day and week by week.
Mm.
And if I look on Toggle
Mm.
and see over the past few weeks, if my hours have dropped, I will ask my clients, do you want me to do more for you?
Mm.
If they say no, you're fine. Because generally, the first few months of having a new client is very full on.
Yeah.
But then once you've been doing them for like 4 or 5 months,
Mm.
it's smooth.
Mm.
It gets quicker. So then once you hit that thing, you think, I can take another little one on.
Mm.
But then if you look at your hours each day, you can work it out.
Mm.
I I've got to learn now when I'm on the maximum threshold.
Mm.
It just works for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I would never have looked at it the way Lisa explained it, and for the love of me, I cannot think of how she explained it to me, but she
Yeah,
did explain it to me in another way, and I was like, oh yeah, I didn't realise that.
yeah.
Anyway,
Eh,
just talking about achievements and things like that. So, congratulations on winning the Woman with Who Achieves Award 2025. What does that recognition mean to you?
And I didn't win the actual Woman Who Achieves award. I won a separate award
Right.
for the inspiring journey,
Wow.
because they have the main Woman Who Achieves, and then
Mm.
they have other special recognition awards that
Mm.
they can slot people in if they think they're worthy enough. So I basically told my journey, my story, my business, everything. And well, the judges told me that I basically made them cry
Wow.
in the interview.
Mm.
No idea what I said, but I made them cry. And they
Mm.
said they had to put me up for the inspiring journey
Mm.
because in their view, I am an
Mm.
inspiration to able-bodied and disabled people alike,
Mm.
because I show people, yeah, times are hard, but they get better.
Yeah. With
You,
that determination and that,
yeah.
you know, to get there. How did you feel at that moment when you knew that you've been, recognised for having an inspiring
It,
story?
it was complete shock. I didn't expect it. Nothing. It was just a
Mm.
really good event to go to,
Mm.
and then she got me on stage, and it was just really good.
Did you have to do a speech?
No, thankfully.
Do you know why? The only reason I asked that because I've got we've been nominated in two categories for the East Midlands PA Awards,
Oh
and
yeah,
and I've got through to finalists, and I worry so much about public speaking. So what did you say? Did you just go cheers, bye, and just go off?
yeah. That's how it was. I'll tell you now. I'm in the West Midlands PA
Mm.
for the VA and Independent of the Year. Um, they don't make speeches.
No,
I
good.
went I went there last year, and they were just on, take a photo and you're off. Yeah, you'll be fine.
Let's just go. Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, oh, like I for me to get this far is just amazing for
Oh
me.
yeah,
You know,
I'm totally with you.
yeah.
Last year I got finalist in 4 awards.
Wow.
I won SBS
Mm,
with the Theatres, Small Business Sunday. I
mm.
won that December, and then I won the Inspiring Journey of Women Who. And just doing the awards is it's not the therapeutic, but it helps you.
Yeah.
You can assess your business
Mm,
throughout the year and even past years
mm.
and think, oh, I've done that.
You know,
Yeah, that was
it's
good.
yeah, it's really funny, isn't it? Because if I think about when I was an employee, you don't get that much recognition when you're an employee. But
Mm,
when you're on your own, again, when a client says thank you, to me, that just sit like I've got like one client every Friday, I get a voice note, thanks so much for your hard work, have a great weekend, blah blah. And you think,
wow.
you do, don't you? It's not, I'm not blowing smoke up my arse or anything like that, but for someone to say that, they don't have to say that. But you know, when you get these kind of awards and nominations and things, you do kind of go, actually, I'm all right at this.
Yeah, it gives you confidence.
Yeah, it does.
And even when clients give you a glowing testimonial,
Mm,
it shows what they think of you.
yeah.
Even though they say, yeah, you're good, that was really good. But
Mm,
then when they put it in a testimonial,
mm,
they know the world's going to see that
yeah.
because they know I'll put it on the website
Yeah.
and then it's gone wild.
Mm,
And it's just that appreciation. And that's why I put myself through awards,
mm.
even to be a finalist.
Is enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Same.
in the Woman Who, I think was it 800? That might have been the Female Business Network.
Mm.
800 people have applied.
Wowie.
So to get through the shortlist,
Mm. It's just amazing.
yeah,
Yeah. It's incredibly
yeah,
confidence boosting, isn't it?
yeah. And even to say to your clients,
Mm. Yeah.
I got a finalist
Mm.
in that national award.
Mm.
It gives you more credibility.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't actually think of it from a client point of view. It's more for my own, for myself. Like it's sort of,
Yeah.
you know, because if so, I'm not saying that, you know, I've got to have a brass band every time I do something good for
No,
a client, anything like that. But you know, it's sometimes it's just like having that kind of, oh, thanks, done a great job. It means more to me than a brass band or,
yeah,
you
it
know,
does. It does.
something physical, whatever.
Because when you start off, you do a piece of work, you think, oh, have I
Mm.
done that right?
Yeah.
And there's always that in the back of your head. But when they say, yeah, you did a great job,
Mm.
and then you go through to the awards, and
Mm.
even if they nominate you, a
Mm.
client, that's amazing.
Yeah.
To have a client nominate you for an award,
Mm.
the fact that they think you're amazing,
Mm.
it's another pat on the back.
Mm.
But even to have a judging panel
Mm.
who don't know you,
Yeah.
seeing that form on what you've written,
Mm.
and they think she's good enough.
Yeah.
She's good enough to go through.
Yeah.
She might not be good enough to win it, but
That
you
doesn't matter though, does it?
don't matter. They've thought you're good enough to
Mm.
be down to the last 6, 5
Yeah.
out of
Yeah.
out of hundreds.
Yeah. Are you due to go to London as well, aren't you? To do
I've been.
You've been. Tell
I
me
went.
about that. How was it?
It was. It was a manic weekend.
Was it? So just tell
On
the listeners what you actually went to speak about.
on the Friday, I had Woman Who. Then on the Monday after, I was due to go to the House of Lords.
What?
Yeah, I was invited personally to go to the House of Lords for the Lilac Review presentation of their final report that they're going to send to the government and say this is what needs to be done to improve the accessibility and easiness for disabled entrepreneurs.
Wow.
So yeah,
How did you feel? Like, what was
it
it
was
like? Tell us.
it was an amazing event. It was lovely and
Good.
really accessible because
Mm.
when you think about it, the House of Lords, how old is that building? It's
Yeah.
hundreds and hundreds of years old, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't expect it to be very accessible.
Mm.
I would expect the odd step to be
Mm.
here and there, but nothing.
Wow.
They put ramps in everywhere for you.
That's amazing.
It was really good. So you went in there. Over there's about 100 people there.
Good.
All disabled people.
Mm.
The Minister for Small Business was there.
Mm.
Michelle Evans, who runs Small Business Britain,
Mm.
and she's now running the Lilac Review off that.
Mm.
A few other helpers and assistants were there. But it was just a great time to get to network with other disabled businesses
Mm.
who are on the same level as you,
Mm.
doing different things. But
Mm.
to get to talk to them is really good.
Yeah.
And we all have different needs and different abilities,
Mm.
but we've still got the one goal in common to make a
Mm.
success of our business.
Yeah. What an
And
incredible feeling that must have been.
and then we had champagne and canapes. They were prosecco and canapes.
Oh.
Uh, same thing, in it really. And then they were gorgeous. They were really nice.
Mm.
And then photos over outside, overlooking the Thames and the Millennium Wheel. It was just,
Wow.
it was just like, you know, when you see it on the news
Mm.
and you've got that canopy over the House of Lords,
Mm.
overlooking the river.
Yeah.
I see it now on the news and I'm thinking, oh my God,
Mm.
I was there.
Yeah. For an
I
amazing reason, not just like tourist or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, I've
Yeah.
actually been there. I'm part of it now.
Mm.
It was just a one-off. Well, I might go again next year if I'm invited. But it was just like, wow,
Mm. What
it
an
was,
incredible story.
it was good.
Yeah.
And like, they've emailed me again to get me involved in more things with the Lilac Review
Right.
because they like my ethos, my viewpoint,
Mm.
and they say we we want to work with you and have your input on what we're
Goodness.
doing.
That's incredible, isn't it?
So yeah, and
Yeah.
that's what I want to do. I want to
Mm.
inspire other disabled people.
Mm.
Yeah, times are tough.
Mm.
Yeah, you can't get full time employment because you can't work 9 to 5. You've got limitations anyway. So look at the alternative. Everyone's got a hobby.
Yeah.
Everyone's got an interest.
Mm.
You can you can turn anything you want into a
Yeah.
business these days. Well,
Mm.
with the internet, you can do anything now, can you?
Of course you can, and particularly with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I'd be lost without my ChatGPT. I
Oh,
say,
wouldn't we all?
I say good morning to mine.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
Yeah. And yeah, you have to say please and thank you. And
I
and
know.
and the nicer you are to it, the
The
more
nicer
response.
response you get.
But I remember doing some training last year,
Mm.
and the man said to us, "You will find that now and then it will slip into the American English
Mm.
and put Z's instead of S's.
Mm.
Now, even though you put that in your profile to say no,
Mm.
if you put in your profile, you must always use British English,
Yeah.
no Z's, always S's,
Mm.
because it's a life or death matter.
Mm.
And if you use a Z, I will lose my job and it'll be the end of my life. And we all went, you can't put that. And he went, do it and you watch.
Wow.
And because we've done that, it never puts a Z.
Wow, really? Because I always put on mine, use English language only.
Yeah,
But it
yeah,
does sometimes throw. That's an interesting point,
yeah.
actually.
And apparently, the more emphasis you put on it and stress what will happen if they do it wrong.
Mm. Scary.
Yeah, it kind of gives it that thing of thinking, oh, I've got to do this right now.
Mm. And
And
that will remember it.
even if you tell it off, if it keeps doing stuff that you've told it, you don't want that.
Mm.
Just say you are not listening to me.
I
When
have
you
said that before.
and it apologizes.
Yeah, it does. In fact, I used it this morning because I was trying to get online, I thought, right, I'll just chat GPT it. And I was getting really frustrated. As mentioned to you before, I hate technology.
Mm.
So and I put it in there and it just came up with a load of rubbish. And I was like, oh, just stop. Just put stop in there. I'm sorry. I appear not to.
Yeah,
And I felt really bad. Like my little friends, like, oh, I
I
was like,
know.
I'm sorry. Now I'm going to have to go and apologise to it after I get off this.
And then you think, oh my god, it's only a computer. It's only a computer program.
But it's not. It's like a
No,
lifeline to me.
yeah, it's really scary. But
Mm.
anyway, you can understand why some people in the mental health areas are
Mm.
using it for support.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if people are feeling lonely, it
Mm.
could be a complete lifeline.
Mm.
You don't know, do you?
Yeah, because you do kind of think of it as a person behind that little
Mm,
screen. So
scary.
to our listeners, what advice would you give to someone with a disability who's considering starting their own VA business?
Just do it. Just do it.
Mm.
Because at the end of the day, I have wobbles in the beginning. Is it gonna
Yeah.
work? Are
Mm.
people gonna be my clients? And I'll be honest, it is more difficult now
Mm.
because
Swamped.
not only is it swamped,
Mm.
but it's convincing the client and the small business owner these little jobs that are taking up time. If they give it to us, they're free in the time.
Mm.
Just gotta persevere.
Yeah.
Persevere. You're gonna get gremlins in the back of your head saying, "Oh, it's not working." After 6 months, I've only got one client.
Mm.
Keep banging it. Keep banging that drum, and you'll get it.
Yeah. Are there
Yeah,
any resources or communities that you found particularly helpful during your journey? Is there any groups like Facebook groups or anything like that?
initially, I was just posting on local buy and sell, local business groups,
Mm.
because the local village group, they have a day waiting post your business. So I was just posting on that
Yeah.
and doing it regularly,
Mm.
saying what I do, what I am. I'm Vicky the Admin Fairy, I can help. Free your time up. Those little jobs that you hate. 9 times out of 10, I love doing them.
Yeah.
And just drum that in the head.
Mm.
Make it like a earworm.
Mm.
And then eventually, they're going to be sitting there Sunday evening, doing the invoices, doing
Yeah.
the emails,
Mm.
and think, oh, Vicky's popped up. right?
Mm.
I'm gonna contact her. She can do all this rubbish,
Yeah.
and that's how it happens.
Mm.
And then people recommend you.
Mm.
It's just hard in the beginning to
Mm.
get that crunch,
Mm.
and once you've got that couple,
So
it'll
you're on a roll.
get.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And so,
even I know as a disabled person, it's hard. But
mm.
go on networking events.
Mm.
Try and find a small one. I know I shouldn't name names, but avoid the likes of BNI.
Yes.
And it's a swear word in there.
Lisa's not a massive fan, I don't think, either.
No, yeah, it's a swear word.
All other
But
networking groups are available, by the way, everybody.
they are, yeah. The one I go on, which could be good for disabled entrepreneurs, the
Mm.
Federation of Small Business.
Yeah.
You haven't got to be a member to go on their online
Mm.
networking sessions, but I
Mm.
think it's the last Wednesday or Thursday of
Mm.
every month. They have a disabled entrepreneur Zoom event.
Wow, that's good to know.
So you sign up to the Zoom event, and there can be 30, 40 members on there. Some weeks, some months rather, they do a presentation on
Mm.
different topics for the first quarter of an hour, 20 minutes.
Mm.
Then there's breakout rooms,
Mm.
10, 15 minutes, and you can speak to other disabled entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
If they're having a problem that you might be able to solve,
Mm.
you might have a problem, they can solve it.
Yeah.
And then you can put your details in the chat,
Mm.
and then they will connect with you. And maybe they won't want you, but they might know somebody who does.
Yeah.
And it's just getting them connections. Connect with everyone you can.
Mm.
And the more you connect with people, that little conversation could be a conversation in a cafe
Yeah.
with somebody that you don't know well.
Mm.
They might be talking about admin. Oh, I remember seeing this girl on admin.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's just that little trigger.
Mm.
And then they'll email you and it's
There you
snowball.
go. Yeah. So looking ahead then, what are your goals for Vicky the admin fairy?
Wow, this year's been amazing so far.
Mm.
And we're only in May. Oh, end of May now, aren't we?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought I would have been where I was this May,
Mm.
winning Women Who, winning SBS,
Mm.
and even going to the House of Lords. It's just like amazing. So
Yeah.
I've entered a few more awards.
Mm.
So hopefully getting further on those
Mm.
would be even more amazing.
Yeah.
I've got a few new clients coming on board,
Mm.
so I keep on those. I think for this year, I want to maintain it, keep it as it is, and then maybe next year, if it's getting really busy, take on an associate. But that's a bit scary. I'll be
Why?
honest.
Why do you find that scary?
I'm a control freak.
I know I am. But taking on an associate is,
Amazing, I know.
yeah, incredible.
Yeah. So I think possibly next year that might be the way forward
Mm.
because I keep thinking, but it's my work. It's there. You know what I mean? It's that in the back of my head. So
Do
I
you
think,
know, the conversation we have with every potential client, isn't it? It's your baby, you've
yeah,
built it up, you've worked really hard, and you've got to go to somebody else. Oh, could you just?
yeah,
And I say to clients all the time, we get it. We're business owners as well.
yeah,
Like, with, for example, my admin stuff. My partner says to me, oh, why don't you get your daughter to do it? She's 16. And I think, no, I don't want
Exactly.
anybody else
Yeah.
touching it.
We are the ones who are preaching, give it to me, and yet we can't give it away.
No,
It's mine.
don't touch me.
Isn't it? But and always that fear of, are they gonna do it as good as me?
Yeah.
And I know that some of my clients, they want me to do it.
Mm,
They've got into Vicky the admin fairy because they
mm,
know I'm doing it.
mm.
If they know somebody else is going to be doing it, is that going to turn them off?
It's hard. It is hard, isn't
It's
it? But I
hard,
think
isn't it?
it is. It is. But as we say, as I say all the time, it's you've got to free your time up
Yeah,
to
but
focus on the front of the business.
I have got an option that I could do.
Mm,
That my best friend, her daughter's doing a BTEC in business,
right.
and she used me as a case study
Oh.
early in the year, and we had a Zoom, and she interviewed me and everything on what it was like being an entrepreneur.
Mm,
And I've given her the inspiration now and the encouragement
mm,
to do further stuff
mm.
and do business. So she has said going forward she would like to help me. So there is a possibility
Yeah.
of making her my trainee.
There you go. You see.
That that could be a way forward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So where can our listeners find you then if they wanted to reach out and get in touch with you,
Yeah,
ask
I'm
you some questions about your journey?
I'm on LinkedIn, Vicky the Admin Fairy. It's always Vicky with an I at the end.
Mm.
Because Vicky can be spelled so many ways, can't it?
Yeah.
Uh, so I'm Vicky with an I on LinkedIn
Hmm.
and Instagram. I'm on Facebook as well.
Mm.
I'm also on a website which has recently been revamped, so it's on nice and shiny.
Nice.
So that's www.vickyadminfairy.co.uk.
Okay.
You can email me at hello vickyadminfairy.co.uk.
Amazing.
I'm basically everywhere.
Literally any platform, just Google.
Well, even in the House of Loans, people
Mm.
come to me and say, "Oh, you're Vicky."
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you're Vicky the admin fairy.
Wow.
And I think because I posted a fair bit,
Mm.
people people are knowing the name,
Mm.
and that's why I had to get my name trademarked.
Yeah.
Because so many people were saying to me, "Oh, I love that name,"
Wow.
and I thought, "Ouch! I don't
Mm.
want people to get in there
And
and
take it.
take my name off me. It's mine."
Oh, it's been so lovely to talk to you. Honestly,
It's
I could
been
chat to you all day. You've been
yeah,
honestly
it's been good. Yeah,
so
it's
amazing.
been really relaxed and it's been good.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time. And
Yeah,
anybody's got any questions at all, I'm sure people have. Would love to listen to your journey. This will be
yeah,
posted on all of the normal channels, so you can listen back to it. And of course, if you've got any questions, do get in touch with us via the VA community. So that's it. So have a lovely day, Vicky. Thank you so much again for
uh,
your time. It's been a real
thank you.
pleasure. Keep in
And you,
contact. So I'd really love to hear
yeah,
like what's happening with you. So I'll pin you my email address and we can just
yeah,
keep
yeah,
in touch and let me know.
yeah. Ping me an email and we can keep in touch. And
Yeah,
if any of your listeners want to follow me or like me on my Facebook,
yeah,
just search Vicky the Admin Fairy.
yeah, we will do. And what I'll do is I'll post your socials when this goes out
Yeah,
on the podcast. But
yeah.
yeah, I shall speak to you soon.
You
Take
will
care.
indeed. Thank you.
Take care. Bye bye.